Right. Just come to a comfortable spot here, lying on your back. Whatever you need to feel comfortable here, maybe placing a blanket underneath your hips. And just take a bend to the knees and allow them to rock gently from side to side. Feeling the back of your sacrum kind of massage into the mat. Maybe you're closing your eyes. Maybe you've got them wide open, taking in your surroundings. If you have them open, let your gaze become soft. Not looking at any one thing in particular. Start to let your knees come into stillness. So they might fall in toward each other if you want to heel to the feet about as wide as the mat, kind of get an internal rotation. If you want a little bit more opening into the groin, take the soles of the feet together and the knees out wide into cobbler's pose. Rest the hands onto your body. And take a few breaths here, noticing how you feel this morning. Noticing what is showing up with you to practice today. Just keeping it really simple. No need to overcomplicate anything kind of going on in your mind or in your heart. Just notice what's there. Begin to tune into your breath. And you smooth out the edges. Can you watch as you turn the corner from inhale to exhale, back around to the inhale, filling up the lungs with new air, new life. Let the next breath you take really big and full. Feeling the ribs expand and the chest lift and the belly get big and full. Pause at the top. See if you can sip in just a little bit more. And then open your mouth like you're fogging up a mirror. Let it all go. Emptying all the way out. Use that low belly to really get the last bit completely empty. Do another breath just like that. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Feeling it all the way up to the collarbones and down into the bowl of your pelvis. Open your mouth, force it out. One more time, just like that. Inhale, big, and let it go. The breath come back to a steady rhythm in and out through your nose. Let the hands begin to travel down behind the thighs and begin to draw your knees together. Pull them in toward your chest, wrapping the arms around the shins. Shoulders, spine, and hips remain pretty flat on the ground. Gentle rock here, side to side. Notice any tension collecting in your neck. And you soften the jaw and let the head become heavy. Just noticing the sensations in the hips as you kind of rock here in this swirling action. Release the left foot to the earth. You pull up the right, tuck it into the chest nice and tight. Using the muscles of the arms, draw the chest and the knee closer together. And start to open that right knee out to the side, flex into the right foot. Breathe in here. And draw it back to center. Keep the left foot where it is, extending the right foot to the sky and travel hands behind your thigh. Shoulders stay relaxed down. Just point and flex into your right foot. Roll it around, stretching all those little muscles and tendons in the ankle. Doesn't matter how bent the knee is here. Just allowing the back of your body to soften toward the earth and the heel of your foot reach toward the sky. Flex those toes back toward the shin. Get one last stretch here. Take a breath with. And begin to bend into that knee. We're going to come into a twist here. So begin drawing that right knee across the body. Use your right shoulder and right elbow to ground the right side body. Perhaps you extend that right arm out to the side, shift your gaze over in that direction, and take a breath here, really fanning open the ribs. Letting gravity do most of the work. As you begin to unwind, draw the chin back to center, leveling the neck first. Use the deep core muscles to draw that knee back into the chest. Give it one last hug. And extend the heel toward the sky one last time. And let that leg slowly lower down. Keep the leg nice and straight. Take the arms up overhead. Feel that low belly start to turn on as you press the small of your back into the earth. And reaching nice and long. Turn back to the bent knee shape. Let's take the left knee into the chest. Again, really hugging it in toward the midline first. Shoulders, spine, and hips heavy on the mat. Using the muscles of your arms, start to let that knee glide out the side of the ribs. Flexing into the foot. Just noticing whatever it is that you can notice here. If the mind is trying to take you out of this moment and out of this practice by maybe creating a grocery list, try to remind yourself coming back into this moment. Let's extend that left heel to the sky. Hands come behind the thigh and point and flex, rolling around, kind of waking up into the ankle, the calf, the whole back of the leg here. Opening your eyes, maybe spreading your toes. Releasing any tension from the jaw and the neck. Don't forget to breathe here. Take one last couple of rounds of breath here, really extending the heel toward the sky, drawing the toes back toward the shin. Feeling that left hip plug in to the earth. When you're ready to release, we'll take the arms up to the sky, slowly extending the left heel out nice and long. Feeling the deep core muscles start to turn on, activating here. And then right here, we're gonna stretch the whole body long. So extend your right leg out. Point the toes, reach past the fingers, take a full body breath in. And on your exhale, draw the knees to the chest. Lift the shoulders off the mat, tuck the nose toward the knees, wrapping yourself into a tiny little ball. Rocking maybe a little side to side, giving a little massage to the back. You're going to slowly come all the way up. So rocking and rolling. Give it a few different times, massaging into the entire length of the back. When you get to the top, come into a nice comfortable seat. Feeling the knees kind of fold out. You can cross the legs or place one shin in front of the other as I am doing here. Turn to face you. Just letting the hands come to the knees. Try to sit up nice and tall. Draw the chin in line with the sternum. If you'd like to connect your index finger and your thumb as a symbol of unity, connecting self and source. Slowly breathe in through the nose. Open the mouth, big exhale. Relaxing the shoulders down and back. Take two more just like that. Let them be easy. Inhale. Open the mouth, let it go. Last one. Inhale. And let it go. Coming back to the breathing in and out through your nose. Inviting your Ujjayi practice in with a slight constriction in the back of the throat. Feel how that starts to kind of recruit some muscles deeper in your abdominal core, creating a little bit of structure and heat deep in the belly. Good job. Let's take just two more here. Collecting your thoughts, centering around one particular mantra for this practice on this day. Gather the palms together in front of your heart, sealing the deal. whatever it is that you're focusing on today, maybe it is bringing more ease in the body, more strength and grounding. Maybe just allowing the mind to rest. We all come to the practice for a different reason, so what's yours today? And once you have really honed in on your devotion practice for the day, begin to flutter the eyes open. Reach the arms up overhead. Full breath in. And exhale, spread it wide here. Reach the fingertips side to side and then reach them down to the ground right behind your hips. Prop yourself up with your fingertips. Maybe you lift the chin, opening the chest here. And we'll start to round the back, start to tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin, bend to the elbows. Inhale, drawing the chest forward, lifting through the chin, opening the shoulders. And exhale, rounding it back. And this doesn't have to be a big, gigantic movement here. Just begin moving here with your breath. Inhale to open the heart. Exhale to draw everything in. Try to take the entire length of the breath from one shape to the next. A couple more here. And we're going to make our way onto hands and knees. And just come up over the knees here. Spread the fingers wide. You can place a blanket under your knees if that is helpful to you. Go ahead and untuck the toes, feel the tops of the feet and the shins really plug into the mat here. Lengthen the spine. Feel the heart space centered between your shoulders so you're not pushing it away too much and you're not dropping it in. Right in between. So there's this agreement of placement here. Centering the heart. Feel the energy drawing away from the heart up toward the crown of the head, lengthening into the neck. And then that same energy, exhale as you draw it all the way down the spine, reaching out, lengthening into the tailbone. And then try to see if you can collectively draw this energy in both directions at once. Digging into all 10 fingertips. Pressing the tops of the feet into the mat. A lot of action happening here. Breathe in. And on your exhale, let the hips come back to the heels. Walk the hands toward the front of the mat. You want your forehead to come all the way down to rest on the mat. Perhaps you have some space here and you'd like to maybe take your hands to support your head or even a block if you have a phone block or a blanket. Supporting yourself here in this surrendering of self. Coming again to focus your attention onto the breath. Where can you soften? Take one more really big breath here. Feel the back of the body and the side ribs expand. Keep the mouth closed as you exhale. Grounding the energy. Keep taking the hands underneath your forehead. Go ahead and walk them out again. We're going to begin rocking forward and back. So letting the tailbone tip up and the belly drop as you press back here. So finding a little bit of fluid movement in the spine. Inhale, come forward, tuck the chin to the chest, round into the upper back. Then exhale, dropping the belly here. So big sweeping motion here. And you can add your own flavor if there is some kind of spice you want to add. Maybe some organic free-form movement. Go ahead here, just you do you. Maybe it is coming into a cat and cow. Maybe it is moving the hips into really big circles. Gonna start moving here in just a moment. So really just kind of lubricating the joints, feeling yourself come into this conversation between your breath and your movement. We're taking the brain out of it. Here we are, one last child's pose. Go ahead and take the hips back to the heels and walk the hands back in line with your shoulders. Take the elbows up to the sky. As you let your forehead come down to the mat, feel the shoulders slump forward and then roll them both back together at once. Do that a couple of times as you roll the shoulder in one direction. Really propping the elbows up. Draw the elbows out wide as you draw the shoulders back. And then go in the opposite direction if you haven't changed already. And alternate shoulders. So dropping one shoulder, roll the other one back. Maybe the right shoulder drops first. And we'll switch, left shoulder drops, roll the right shoulder back. Just kind of getting into all of those little muscles in the shoulder girdle without any added pressure or weight. Not even needing to use the neck to hold the head up. And then draw the hands right underneath the shoulders. Slowly roll yourself up. Inhale, come up onto the knees. Sweep the arms forward and up overhead. Exhale, cactus those arms. Maybe take a little back bend here. Draw the belly button in toward the spine. Lifting the chin. See if you can drop the tailbone down toward the knees. Good, one more breath here. Next inhale, take the arms up overhead. And we're gonna sweep the right foot forward, coming into a low lunge. So you might even kind of heel toe that foot even further ahead, letting the right knee sweep over the ankle, and the hips both kind of level in space. So you're plugging that right hip back and allowing the left hip to draw forward. Next time you come forward, give yourself a few breaths here, kind of walking the line of your edge. Breathe it in and see if you need to relax the shoulders. You can even grab hold of opposite elbows to just get a little bit of a different experience here. Keep breathing. And release the arms and the fingertips meet the floor. Rock the hips back. Roll the right toes to the sky. Little half split here. Maybe you're waving the toes side to side. Awesome job. As you come forward again, you're going to tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. It's kind of a little rock here, stretching into the whole left calf, feeling that left glute engage. Your hands might be on blocks or hooks here, anything that can kind of support the lift of your chest. Place the blocks off to the side as you step the right foot to the back of your mat, coming into a plank pose. Spreading the fingers wide. Go ahead and lower the knees here. Shine the heart forward slightly. Plug the shoulders into their sockets and then bend the elbows to the ribs. So you're coming down halfway. Feel the deep core muscles come on. Breathe here. Inhale, press it up. And exhale, come on back to child's pose. Walk the hands underneath the shoulders, slowly come up. And again, taking those knees just underneath the hips, take the arms up overhead, inhale. Exhale, cactus those arms, maybe finding that little bitty back. Softening the sides of the neck here. Softening into the jaw, breathe in. And breathe out. Inhale, arms come up overhead. And we're going to shift the left foot forward here again, coming into that low lunge, rocking back and forth. You might have some open hips and it might feel good to go deep. Maybe that doesn't feel so good on your knees. Just kind of paying attention to how it feels to explore this shape. And can you give a little bit more integrity and structure to your center by drawing the belly button in, tucking the tailbone down, and feeling the activation of the inner thighs toward the center of you. So deep in the belly, lifting up toward the heart space. Finding a couple of breaths here at your edge. And exhale, finding half split, hips come back, fingertips down, and toes lift to the sky. Your props are a really good opportunity for you to just explore your edge without having to kind of be too close to it. You know, when we're in kind of protect mode, when our body feels like we aren't very safe, can sometimes be a little too loud. So we can't really hear the message from the body of saying, you know, this needs attention, or yes, please, more of this. Allowing the breath to travel from the crown of the head all the way down to the heel. And we're going to walk it forward, maybe taking your blocks with you, tucking the back toes, lifting the knee, and again here, just kind of taking a nice rock back and forth, pressing with the back heel is kind of doing a lot of the work here. So you're getting a nice stretch in the calf, the ankle. Place your blocks off to the side so that you can place the hands on the earth, step the left foot back, plank toes. And here, again, you can drop the knees, or if you want to try your hands at chaturanga without, just slowly lower the elbows toward the ribs. You really want to squeeze the ribs in, feel the shoulders plugged in. Inhale, press up. And exhale, this time hips move up and back, downward facing dog. Go ahead and walk it out here, bending into one knee and then the other. Moving in an organic way, it kind of feels good to you. And again, that might change for you from day to day, so pause for the answer, right? Like you're asking, you know, what would feel good from here? Not what would feel good from where I was last week or where I think I should be. Feel your body come into a point of stillness here in your strong downward facing dog. Bending the knees as much as you need, tip the tailbone up and back. Actively press both palms into the mat, wrapping the muscles of the arms all the way around the bones. Looking back between your ankles, take one last big inhale. Open the mouth, big exhale, set it free. Shift your gaze up toward your thumbs and begin tiptoeing your feet all the way up. Coming into ragdoll when you get here, feet are about hip distance apart, maybe even wider. Grab hold of opposite elbows, sway from side to side. The head hang heavy, the arms hang heavy. Release your fingertips to the earth. Begin to heel toe your feet together. And on your next breath in, lift and lengthen the spine halfway flat. Feel the shoulders plug into the sockets, maybe giving them a nice little roll up, back and down. And exhale, soften the knees, find your fold. 2 more just like that. Inhale with your breath, lengthen. Exhale to fold, take your bow. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale to fold. Get your weight heavy in your heels, bend the knees, slowly come all the way up to stand. When you get to the top, roll those shoulders up, back and down a couple of times. Take a moment here, feeling a weight transfer from your feet, front to back, side to side. And let the arms rest down, palms open to the front of your mat, your space. Maybe you feel safe to close your eyes here to sense a little deeper into this presence of your breath. So simple to know this thing is happening all the time on its own. We actively draw our attention to it. We are bringing our attention to the here and now. Can you feel your feet? Imagine them plugging into the earth. They're making your, imprint into the mat. Weight is evenly distributed from the front to the back, and then looking at the bones as they stack themselves up and out of your feet. The pelvis in a neutral shape. Tailbone lengthening down and the ribs softening toward the front end of your pelvis. Shoulders gliding down the back. And the ears slightly lift. Whole body in agreement here. Breathe in deep. Breathe out. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold it all the way down. Inhale, lift and lengthen fingertips to the shins. Exhale, plant the hands, step both feet back, plank toes. Full breath in here, feeling the length of your whole body. And exhale, taking those elbows to the outside of the ribs, lowering down halfway. And then let's come all the way down, untuck those toes as you inhale, listen into cobra pose. Press the tops of the feet into the mat, little to no weight in the hands. Exhale, come on down, tuck the toes, making your way back to downward facing dog. Take a full breath in here. And a full breath out. Inhale, sweep the right leg high to the sky, reach out to the heel. Hips and shoulders are both square to the mat and to each other. So you're dialing your right toes down toward the earth, press into both palms, see if you can get a little bit more lift here. And exhale, we're gonna step that right foot all the way to the top of the mat. Spin that left heel down about 45 degrees, coming into warrior one here. So the right knee is bent over the ankle, shoulders face the front of your mat. Back heel is plugged in to the earth. Whole back foot is planted. Yeah, nice job. Breathing in here, see if you can lift through the inner the pinkies here. And on your exhale, let's take that cactus again, elbows wide, leaning back. Inhale, come up. And exhale, hands to heart center, pitch the weight forward. We're gonna lift the back toes as you start to soar into warrior three here. Lift the left foot high to the sky. Lengthen with the breath. And we're gonna drop the toes here. Come all the way around to a nice wide-legged stance. Take a look down, heel toe your feet so that they are parallel to each other. Toes are both facing toward this long edge of your mat. And take the arms out wide, find that cactus shape. Take a note right away if you kind of flare open the ribs here and see if you can tuck the tailbone down. Soften the ribs and feel the shoulders open up here. Good job, yeah. So inhale, lift out through the crown of the head. And from here, just hinge forward, lower down halfway. Pressing evenly into both feet, the toes and the heels. Feel the belly drawing toward the spine to support you here. One last breath. And exhale, take the hands to the earth, taking a fold here. You can walk the hands between the feet, allowing the head to hang heavy. You can stretch along the back of both legs. Take the hands underneath the shoulders, and we're going to walk around to the back of the mat here. Turn all 10 toes in that direction, lower the right knee. Inhale, coming up into that low crescent lunge, so the arms reach up overhead. We're going to take a twist here, hands to your heart, shift the weight forward, right elbow down to that left knee, and start to line your thumbs up with your heart. Perhaps your chin kind of grazes up toward that left shoulder, and the shoulder is drawing away from the ear, and the gaze is going toward the sky. Breathe here. Option two, hover the back knee if you want a little bit more sensation or strength. Last breath in. And on your exhale, fingertips come to the earth. Coming all the way back through that wide-legged fold, coming to the front of your mat. Being gentle in the transition here. Plant the hands, with the right leg up to the sky. Bend the knee and open the hip here. Any movement that would feel good. Maybe you make a big circle with that knee. Maybe you lean that right foot over toward the floor. And the toes down, leveling both feet planted, both hands planted. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale, sweep the left leg to the sky, square hips here. Maybe pressing into both hands, press out through the heel, take a deep breath, feel for length. And exhale, step it all the way up on your warrior one here. So setting the back heel down, I like to shorten my stance to warrior one, then say warrior two. Pressing the right hip forward, left hip back, left knee bent over the ankle of inhale arm. Breathe it in. Actively pressing into the back leg, tucking the belly button in. Let that exhale, cactus those arms. Feel the breath moving through. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Lift the back heel. Warrior three.
Dial those toes down, reach out through the heel. See if you can lengthen the neck. Awesome job, drop those toes. Come all the way open, finding your wide-legged stance on this side. Hands to your hips here. Draw the heels in and drop the hips down, coming into goddess. So you can give yourself a little bit of support by bringing the hands to the thighs here, getting some of the weight. Or you can take the arms out wide, finding that length from elbow to elbow. Drop the tailbone deeper, breathe where you are. Feeling the heat. Last breath here. Try to dip a little deeper. And slowly come up to rise. Inhale, take the arms out wide, reach them up, star pose. And on your exhale, we're gonna cartwheel to the back of the mat, finding our low lunge here. So drop the left knee. Inhale, come on up. And exhale, hands to the heart, reach the weight forward, left elbow down, finding the thumbs up with the heart. Nice job, you guys. Breathe in. See if you can soften that right shoulder away from here. Covering that back knee if you like. Giving yourself a little bit more work. And let's exhale, both hands down. Walk it all the way around. Swinging that left leg all the way up and back. Let's bend the knee and open the hip this time. Again, kind of doing whatever you like here. If you have a wall, maybe you can find yourself a little modified wild thing or side plank. Slowly make your way back to your downward facing dog. Inhale high onto the toes, roll the body forward for plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, press it all the way up and back downward facing dog. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale, chaturanga. This time we're going to come all the way down to the earth. You can pause or just come all the way down. Untap those toes. Inhale for cobra pose. Roll those shoulders. Press the tops of the feet into the mat. Lengthen the back of the neck. Take another breath here. See if you can lift a little bit higher without the use of your hands. Exhale, come on down. Press the hips back to the heels. Child's pose. Take that full belly breath in here. Feel the stretch along the back of the body. And slowly come on up. Walking the hands back up onto your knees here. Inhale, take the arms up overhead. Exhale, elbows wide, lift through the heart. Good, inhale, let's move with the breath. Take it up with the arms. Exhale, elbows wide, you can tuck the toes under here. Inhale, reaching up. And exhale, elbows wide, shine the heart, find back bend. And releasing the hips down to the heels here. Both hands come to your heart, bow your chin to your chest. Wondering anything showing up. Sometimes these open heart shapes can bring some things to the surface that we weren't quite expecting. Be grounding and reminding your breath as your anchor. Bringing the hands to the earth. Let's come on down. We're just going to come onto the back here. So go ahead and flip over onto your back. Take a bend to the knees. Hugging your knees into your chest, just like we did at the start of practice. Shoulders, spine, and hips release to the earth. Head is heavy, neck is soft. Maybe you're kind of making these big sweeps and allowing the head to kind of rock side to side with you. Letting it happen naturally. Come on back to center. Let's extend both heels to the sky. Flex those toes back toward the shins. Elbows down to the earth and take the palms to the base of your thigh. So you might even kind of press your feet away so that you can get down pretty deep. Allowing this little bit of traction and outward pulling of the muscles, rolling out as you press the heels away and roll the toes back. There's a nice little strengthener of the back body. Hold your breath. And right here, we're going to point the toes and slowly lower the feet to about a hover. Keep the hands down by your hips. Use the palms to kind of slowly going slower than you want to. Keep drawing the belly button in toward the spine. Reaching the toes away from you. When you get to that hover, pause for a breath. And bring them on back up. Nice job. We're going to do that again. Slow, lower. Coming to the hover. And inhale, come on back up. One last time. You got it. Whew. Slowly lower. Feel the entire spine. Really anchoring down. This time, take the knees to the chest. Open the soles of the feet to the sky. Happy baby here. Maybe a little rocking side to side would feel good. Maybe you are looking for a little bit more stretching. You can try to take one or both of your legs bent at once. You can take a reclined cobbler's pose by bringing the soles of the feet together with the knees wide, using your hands wrapped along the outside edges of your feet as you're binding, I guess. And try to let the hips get heavier on the mat here and lengthen the shoulders. Breathe in nice and long through the spine. And exhale. And begin to close the knees to the chest. Hug the knees toward each other and toward the chest. So really kind of squeeze the knees and draw them in. A little slight internal rotation here. And we're going to take one last twist. If you have a favorite twist that you enjoy, please feel free. I'm going to extend the left leg long with the right knee in. If you want to take that same twist, you're going to really actively lengthen the left leg. Keep it long and active as you start to draw the right knee across the body, stacking the hips. Try extending the right leg. Bonus if you have a wall there. Takes the stretch just a little bit more along the IT band. Take a big full belly breath in wherever you are.
And use your exhale to unwind. Maybe taking that knee out to the side. And switching them out, we're gonna just hug both knees in, extend the right leg long, hug the left knee in. Actively pressing the right heel and the right calf into the mat. Guide the left knee across the body, stack the hips. Soften into the twist. Even if this side doesn't quite look like the other side did. Where can you find a little bit more space, a little bit more ease? And your next exhale, slowly unwind. Again, take that knee out to the side, getting a little bit of a hip stretch here in your thighs. And as you take both knees into the chest, asking yourself here, is there one last pose that would really serve me here? Letting whatever comes to mind be all for you. If nothing comes to mind, maybe that could be your body signaling you to move on into your resting pose of Shavasana. Letting each foot have its own corner of the mat. Lengthening tailbone down, feeling the shoulders relaxed open and the palms open to the sky. Breathe in here, feel the whole body rest. Exhale. Maybe rocking the hips side to side. Feel this experience a little bit deeply. Giving yourself that little body scan here. It's you checking in. Being able to give yourself a little grace and gratitude for making it to your mat today. And just carving out a little time just for you to move and breathe and be curious about the sensations of movement, sensations of presence, and the ability to focus on one thing that's big, it's huge.
Begin to deepen your breath. Be easy. Have your thumb along your fingertips. Wiggle your toes. And maybe rolling your ankles or wrists. And stretch the arms up overhead, breathing in nice and long here, reaching your body as long as you can. And let your exhale bend into the knees. Rocking side to side and eventually curling yourself up onto your favorite side. Pausing for that moment of between space, allowing the body to fully arrive in this moment. And allowing your heart to offer a little gratitude. Use your hands to press your weight up. Coming into a comfortable seat. Perhaps keeping the eyes closed if you like. Let the arms fall down anywhere on your legs. Take 3 very intentional breaths here just to notice what you notice. And gather the palms together in front of your heart. Bowing your chin to your chest. Bowing to the light deep within that sits in your heart space. Light that honors and blesses and multiplies all that we have, all that we give, and all that we receive. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and my light bows and honors your light. Namaste.